Product design success depends on satisfying customers' needs. The better the product satisfies the needs, the more likely it will perform well on the market. In today's video, I will discuss a framework that can help product designers identify the true needs of their customers. This framework is called Jobs to be Done. To understand where the jobs to be done thinking comes from, I want to quote Theodore Levitt. He used to tell his students, "People don't want to buy a quarter-inch drill, they want a quarter-inch hole." This quote perfectly summarizes how people think when they choose products. People hire products to do a job. Customers are not buyers, they are job executors. A job is not a task, it's a progress towards a goal that a person is trying to achieve. When a customer evaluates your product, they compare it with other solutions. Your competitors might not be the same type of product, or even the same category of product. Jobs to be Done is a framework that helps product designers understand why the user do what they do. It helps us understand the true needs that users have. The Intercom team uses this illustration to show what is and is not important to customers. Sometimes people hire a product for something you didn't even envision. Here are a few integral properties that each job has. Jobs are functional. They describe the problem your customer is looking to complete. Jobs are stable over time because they are based on the user needs. While products come and go, the customer's needs stay constant. That's why jobs are solution agnostic. Alan Clement coined the concept of a job story. This tool can help us frame a story in a format of the sentence. When I want to, so I can. When describe a particular situation and context of interaction. I want to describe a person's motivation. So I can describe expected outcome. Here is an example of a job story for a video recording software. When I record a new video, I want to see speaker's notes so I can remember everything I want to talk about. Job stories can serve as an excellent reference for the product team. Before you design something, you can list all job stories up front and use them as guiding principles when creating your product. For each job, you should also have desired outcome. People use desired outcomes to judge whether a solution they have is meeting their jobs or not. It's possible to express the desired outcome in the form of a statement or series of statements. For example, here is my desired outcome for using a video editing tools. I want to maximize my ability to record videos during the week. The statement has a few variables such as direction, metric, and qualifier. The variables can vary depending on the nature of the job. Another essential thing about jobs to be done is that this framework describes the better me. Customers are looking to improve their lives. A person hires a product to achieve more. How will your product make customers' life better from their perspective is a critical question you should ask during product development. How jobs to be done can be used in a product design. JTBD is a lens that we can use in many different ways. For example, we can use JTBD to find new opportunities for a product we design. This framework can be very useful during user and market research. JTBD can help you design valuable solutions. It is particularly useful when you evaluate the features you want to add to your product. Whenever you want to introduce a new feature, you always evaluate it from a perspective of the value it brings to your users. It will help you avoid a situation when you release a new feature just for the sake of releasing a new feature. It will help you communicate design solutions to stakeholders. You can present your solution in a way that makes sense to business people. Last but not least, it will help you communicate value to the market. JTBD can help you use marketing language when you advertise your product. Here is how it works. This is a famous Apple iPod ad. This ad doesn't describe the technical specification of this device. Instead, it focuses on a user's needs. Back in the early 2000s, users wanted to have their media collection on a portable device that fits a pocket of their jeans, so they can take it anywhere. Now that you know what jobs are and how you can use them in product design, it's time to understand how to define jobs. The best way to define jobs is to talk to people who represent your target audience. But when conducting interviews, it's better to avoid asking customers directly, "What do you want?" Henry Ford once said, "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." This statement perfectly summarizes the problem of the "what do you want" question. When customers mention faster horses, they tell you that they want a faster form of transportation. That's why instead of asking customers directly, "What do you want?" ask, "What do you try to accomplish?" or "What is the reason you buy product A?" You need to understand what drives people to buy a product, and this question will help you identify job or jobs that users try to accomplish. Customers typically have multiple jobs they want to accomplish when they buy a product. For example, when a person buys a new mobile phone, they likely plan to use it for different purposes, such as they want to use it to take photos. In this case, they might want a phone with a good camera. The person also wants to play a AAA mobile game and needs a good phone with a good hardware. The person might want to track their health, so they want a phone that integrates well with the smartwatches. If the customer wants to accomplish all three jobs, they likely choose the phone with a good camera, hardware, and good integration with health monitoring devices. Different customers have different jobs. They have different goals and expectations when they hire your product. For example, a customer A hires a product because they have a job 1 and job 2 they need done. Customer B hires a product because they have job 3 and job 4. How to know which job you should focus on? You need to evaluate the customer. If the customer B represents a significant segment of your target audience, you need to focus on the job 3 and 4. Since we mentioned different customer segments, let's talk about the jobs to be done framework versus personas. User personas are fictional characters representing a group of users that might want to use your product similarly. User persona can help you understand who the target user is behind the scenes. The user is more than just a customer. The user is a human being with goals, frustrations, motivations, and real-life challenges. And when we outline all this information in the format of a document, we can use it as a reference during product design. A well-designed persona has an opportunity to become a user archetype that the product teams uses to assess design decisions. But the problem with persona is that it's fictional. Of course, we create a persona based on user research, but we make a lot of assumptions along the way on how user will interact with the product. As a result, we might be wrong in our assumption. When our development is based solely on guesses and assumptions, it can easily lead to a product failure. Jobs to be done, on the other hand, are rooted in the real needs that people have. Does it mean that we should replace personas with JTBD? No. In fact, we can use both and should use both to outline who our target users are. It's possible to visualize the difference between two tools using the dual axis chart with empathy and actionability as axis X and Y. Personas are great for building empathy towards your users, but they are less actionable. Persona doesn't focus much on what the user is trying to accomplish using your product. JTBD, on the other hand, cares less about the psychodemographic of the customer. Instead, it focuses on what they try to accomplish using your product. Personas used together with the JTBD can maximize the effect of using qualitative data about your users. First, you create personas, and then you use JTBD to understand the actions. Personas will help you distinguish your users by demographics and goals they want to achieve. And JTBD will help you think about users from perspective of their true needs, so you can define the utility your product should have to help the user to complete specific tasks. A job to be done framework is best defined as perspective, lens through which we can observe our customers and their needs. When a company follows this approach, it it's much more likely that the company will create a product that satisfies the needs of its user. If you like this video, please subscribe and click on the bell icon so you will never miss any video. Thank you!